Alright, hello and welcome to the third game of the Invitational finals. I'm playing against Hirooo, and this is the third game as I said, and I'm up 2-0 right now. So it's basically match point. If I win the next game, I win the tournament. Again, both players starting with Shadow Tier 1. I think these finals were very Shadow Tier 1 heavy. And yeah, the first game was Shadow Nature into Souls, second was Souls into Souls, and I think this was another Lost Souls mirror match. So Forsaken Spam starting early into the game. So not much happening, both players not taking it well, because if you pick up a power early on, this puts you in a very bad position, because Shadow can really punish the 100 power investment by getting close and just taking it down with the Forsaken advantage. Still equal amount of units, so still kind of trying to spread out a little bit to avoid getting nasty early on, kind of hovering at the corner here in this map. So right now the units numbers are getting higher and higher. I'm at 5 Forsaken. Hirooo just played 4, so he still has more power available right now. And he decides to pick up a face tower right now because the unit numbers are quite high, so I don't have a lot of opportunities at taking power. I should have microed the Stretch Charger, I think, because that would have been an opportunity to get a decent trade. Double Frenzy, I think, is a mistake, because right now I can just run away and still get the face tower. That nasty was actually decent, but still, since he double activated over there, and there still was not a lot of chances for me fighting this for super long, close to the monument. I just wanted to get the face tower. This was definitely not worth it for him, and creates an advantage. Single Frenzy would have been enough, for sure. Yeah, so first well pickup on both sides. I just wanted power here to heal up my Forsaken again, and now we kind of have a close well distance to apply pressure, but the face tower basically blocks this idea of trying to Forsaken spam and attack this over the long run. So a double frenzy early on in an offensive way, so single frenzy on the other side. Yeah, I think this time I make the mistake of double frenzying too early. You can still soak up with the red charges, so this is a kind of power effective, and I'm losing this to Forsaken here for free. Yeah, two double frenzies on both sides, both ended up being very ineffective. Yeah, with the face tower here, Hiroo's in a very solid position, and he also can try to occupy this position over here. In the meantime, I decide to pick up tier 2, just for the simple reason that this face tower can move forward and apply a lot of pressure by being positioned over here. And if this tier 1 fight proceeds, I might have a very bad time unless I face tower up on my own. So I decided to pick up an early tier 2. Since Hirooo is in a decent position right now, he just dwells up and tries to defend. If I try to Nightcrawler, spell Nightcrawlers and get to this power, this face tower will be great help at defending this. And my only choice would be attacking around the left side on the map. But I kind of try to play the scaling game and also well up. Third well on this side, I think I would pick up a third well by myself quite soon as well. So I kind of need to, I'm not sure if double frenzy, single frenzy would have been better, but this red charger has a lot of pressure onto the Forsaken. I kind of get caught out on the side here. Bad decision to frenzy both. You just want to frenzy one, so at least one can get away. But yeah, kind of good idea of using the empowered red charger by the with the corpses from the frenzied Forsaken earlier on. So small advantages generated by Hirooo here in this match. Yeah, still kind of close when it comes down to the number of wells, but yeah, I'm down one power right now, so I kind of need to make something happen in order to stay even in this game. So this phase tower drops, which is kind of nice for me because it still applies a lot of pressure over the long run. Yeah, tier 2 being played, and Hirooo kind of generated a solid advantage because he was up 1 power well for quite a long time, honestly. With both players on 6 wells, and in this matchup this is gonna be a tier 3 game again, for sure. Just because of the limited options that Shadow Frost has in tier 2 when it comes down to attacking another Shadow Frost player. You really kind of need to outplay your opponent to make something happen at this stage of the game. So I end up picking up another well because Hirooo picked up one again on his own. He's always trying to stay 1 well ahead here. At this point I take this power well early on, and so I'm not sure if Hirooo tries to pick up one by himself or take tier 3, because he's at 280 power and he did not do anything here for now. So I kind of try to move close to his orb because I don't want him to play this tier 3. I also moved the Nightcrawler kind of close to get the potential immediate nasty here. Yeah, I'm also at 180 power, so at some point I might be able to get tier 3 on my own. Yeah, these Nightcrawlers are just here to block this tier 3 position for some time here. So I can also get some power to not get overwhelmed by a tier 3 versus tier 2 scenario. Oh, I think this frenzy did not get through, but I'm still trying to kind of run away here to save this Nightcrawler, and yeah, there's tier 3. Kind of got delayed by this Nightcrawler attack, and this was very important because I had this one extra well that already gave me like 30 power, and once the tier 3 is up it will be like 50. Would be a very good position for me if I if we would play similar tier 3 and if there's an equal tier 1, tier 2 stage up to this point, but Hirooo won the early game, so he had a tempo lead, especially with this extra power, so he's very free to use a curse well here, because I don't have any way to really punish this, so that is a very, very good choice at using this early curse well, because he just had a tempo lead and can deflect any attack that is about to come close to this power. Even if I use like Timeless One to support this, Timeless One always favors the guy who is playing in defense, because well, you can just, when you get frozen, you can still respawn stuff, you can still spawn another Timeless One and kind of reapply freezes at any point in time, while the aggressor is kind of limited with the kind of Timeless Ones that he has. He has to micro a lot better to get good freezes off, and also kind of respect the cooldowns of their own Timeless Ones, because he cannot respawn under his Timeless Ones to reapply freezes. And yeah, I'm kind of trying to get something done about the idea from punishing this curse well, but I'm still not in the best position to do that. So still double Ashbone, triple Ashbone right now. I think I should split a little bit, because now triple freeze will hit them. Yep. That is very relevant. You know, always freezing these Ashbones for 20 seconds. It takes a chunk of this HP bar due to the instability of this unit. So we both are on 7 powers, and I used the Ward of the North, which was like my last tier 1 card. It synergizes kind of well with the Ashbone Pyros. But in this particular matchup I don't think it is very strong, and might be kind of a mistake. Yeah, that's kind of a problem, because now these Ashbones just die one by one due to the strong defense of Timeless One and Silver Lances. And with that many units, Hiroo's pretty much in a position to curse me again, even though I have like a lot of power. He's kind of still stary. This is actually what you want to do. Just set up one Silver Lancer, don't kind of sacrifice the units that you have, and just Cursewell. I'm in a pretty desperate situation because I cannot punish this, so I kind of try to pick up a power well again. This is also not the best decision, but you can sometimes try to stall the game to the later stages where you kind of just spam tremors and go for the orbs, and reaching that point kind of might be helpful. But yeah, Cursewell for now will be very strong, but it will run out of charges, so you cannot use it as frequently at some point in time. Anyways, so there's still a huge lead for Hirooo, and I think if he plays this out correctly, he has a perfect chance of winning this. So this Timeless Wind Freeze was not hitting the Ashbones, probably tried to hit them here once they were chasing the Silver Lances, but it came too late. So full freeze into 4 units here, very effective, has to be countered by a Cold Snap. So Hirooo had to invest a lot of extra power. But yes, still gets super many units on the board here, and another curse. Well, this is really hurting my economy. And yeah, rebuilding this was, I'm not sure about this. Might not be the best idea. I think it's really not good in this case, at least. Timeless One freezes, hitting each other again and again. So it's kind of hard to follow these fights here while casting this because there's so many units, and yeah, all these Timeless Ones are just trying to freeze over and over again. And right here there's the Cold Snap trying to hit these Ashbones here, and the Timeless One too, so it cannot reapply a freeze, but yeah, still is not going so well, because I kind of need to be very afraid that I might lose all of these units, and then Hirooo might be able to run over all of my stuff, because he has such a huge power lead. His void pool is much bigger than mine, so I really need to try to stay stabilized so I can reach the point where Cursewell runs out of charges. I think that happened by now already, so I cannot use it as often. But yeah, now there's a pretty big force trying to get onto my orbs. Timeless One Freeze coming again. Another Cobalt trick here. And now these units get out of freeze, and they really need to get something done here. It's very important. But that actually worked quite well. 3 Ashbones dropping, which is very important for me. Because you always have to consider that in these games they can last very long, and at some point people also start running out of charges. If the Ashbone charges are gone, and it just seems to use only Ashbone and Silver Lancers, this is a big win for me. So getting 3 Ashbones is definitely worth it, but he still has a lot of power, and I think the power difference right now is very large, and another Cursewell happening here. So now I cannot respawn undazed stuff, which is very important for Hirooo, because now he has a realistic chance of beating me at this position. Silver Lances from the side where we're coming over here to support this side of the map. Already getting hit by Cold Snap. And there's another Ashbone Pyro. In the meantime, these guys try to attack, but yeah, immediate Timeless One Freeze, Ashbone being spawned. Oh, I think this freeze was not good. These units still resisted, but Timeless One can reapply another freeze, so it doesn't really matter too much. But still, the army strength starts to shift into Hiroo's favor here. And this attack gets deflected easily, so I'm down in power wells all the time. I had to rebuild a lot of wells that got destroyed by Cursewell, so not a good position for me to be in. With just 40 power right now, I think I might lose this orb if I don't do a good job at defending, because there are 2 simultaneous attacks trying to hit this and get something done. I'm not sure if there was another curse wall. I think so, because I'm down at 5 volts right now. These two ash bombs trying their best, but yeah, another timeless one freeze here will be very, very dangerous. And now Silver Lancer spam coming to play. You can see the Hirooo has much more voids regains and also has more powers than me, so the difference in power generated by the curse wells is so remarkable. It would have been much harder to just apply pressure without the curse well here and get through these buildings on such a high power level. But since he kind of generated a large difference and diminished my really demolished my pool here of power, he might be able to get through here. You can see he's already using Storm Stingers here against Missile and Lances because I think he's low on charges and he cannot play that many T3 units. If this happens without too much economy damage, the game can kind of flip around at such a point, depending on the cards that you have. But yeah, I think the curse will inflicted enough damage to kind of still be strong here in this position. And while Storm Stinger's kind of doing okay against Silver and Lances, not that well against Ashborn though. But yeah, Timeless One is here to reapply another freeze. Another Timeless One, another Silver and Lancer squad on the side. A lot of fighting happening across the map. And yeah, with 250 power, there's not a lot I could do to kind of defend all his attacks from both sides. They were supported and he just got such a high unit income due to the high power, and therefore I decided to leave this game because I thought it was over. So yeah, it's 2-1 now in the series, so thanks for watching and see you in the next game.